Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I have given you advice on be attractive and don't be unattractive in previous years. The whole count calories, workout, that will make you look better, right?
Yes, it is.
I've done the gentlemen, think of yourselves as bears approaching a hiker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I've talked about the catastrophically shitty numbers about dating. How women are overwhelmed, how men are in a desert, etc., etc. Those are unhappy numbers. I am, yeah, crowd's getting a little thin because these fuckers are leaving, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be participating in this next bit anyway. So, there are currently 25 to 50 people in this room?
Yeah,
I don't know, rough estimate. So, I don't know that this will end happily, but, okay. I'm going to run what I hope will be more positive numbers. Again, until I say this next question is for the audience participation, 0 of what I'm saying is going to require you to participate, but it'll be a show of hands. Hands up, everyone in this room who, if someone of their preferred gender that they found attractive walked up to them and asked them out, they would go on a date. So open, relationship, single, etc. Hands up. Okay, that is like 3/4 of the room. Higher, Paige! your boyfriend is like, oh, all right. Okay, keep the hands up. So, in a room of like, it's probably less than 50, but let's say roughly 50 people, we've got literally 2/3 at least, maybe 3/4 of people with their hands up, okay? Now, okay, you can put your hands down for a minute because your arms are going to get tired. Now, we're going to talk about what my numbers look like, right? Because we've done it in the past where I've gone like, okay, hands up if you're willing to be asked out, whether it's yes or no. And we've gone, nope, 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 haha, laugh, walking out, nope, 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 nope. And I've had some years where it's 100, like it's 100% nopes, usually with a small room at Aurora. But yeah, nope, 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 nope. And then I've had a yes, and at least one, I think, 2 years that yes has then flaked on me the next week. Pain in the ass, but I was showing in those years the demonstration of this is how many no's you have to be willing to hear a yes, and that apparently has been helpful for some folks. So this year I'm going to try to do a slightly different, more cheery number. So 3/4 of the people here are available to date possibly someone. That doesn't mean they're necessarily willing to date anyone or any particular one. So let's narrow the field. Hands up if you're open to dating men. Okay, we went literally from 3/4 to 3. You're married with a child, or is it? What? Okay, are you?
I'm single.
Well, in that case. Okay, so let's try that again. Literally, hands up if you're interested in dating men at all. Okay, hands down. Hands up if you're interested in dating women. Okay, that would explain a bunch of fucking male weebs. All right. So clearly in this particular audience, that question filtered out the majority of the possible options because there's a lot of sad, lonely weebs out there. I want to emphasize, maybe not in this room, but in general, there are women at this con. Okay. The odds of this working in my favor are getting lower for this demonstration. Which is fine, I'll explain that in a bit. But, okay, there were maybe 5 people with their hands, let's call it 5 people with their hands up for the last question. So we went from, let's say, out of 50 people, 40 people available, 5 people interested in dating my gender. In many other circumstances, that number would be larger. But of those 5 people, put your hands up if you don't mind dating someone who is an atheist. Because that can be a killer. Of the people who put their hands up about being okay with dating men, put your hand up if you're okay with dating an atheist. There we go. Okay. Which I mentioned because there have been some people I've asked out, and they're like, yeah! And then they were like, what church do you go to? And I'm like, so, it's fine. You're allowed to have, like, I only date Christians. Okay, or Muslims. Okay, that's fine. But we filter, right? So we're showing the numbers for me. So for, fingers crossed, a cheerier number. Okay, I will be 40 next month. Put your hands up if you don't have a problem with that. We've got 1, 2, thank you. Okay, that was the one I was expecting to eliminate the most people. Because people are dicks and they don't want to date me just because they think my dick's old. Funny story, we're going to pause the audience participation bit. Yeah, my dick's not actually old. It's not that it's newer than the rest of me. It's that when you run marathons, funny story. So, what does the dick fill with when it's erect? Blood. No, semen. No, blood. It fills with blood. Blood is pumped by what?
The heart.
The heart. Right. Cardiovascular training trains what?
The heart.
The heart. I'm going to be 40 next month. How do I...
You work your dick out.
No, it's like this. So in the past year, I finally did get laid. Hooray.
Was it a furry?
No.
They wear a fedora.
No. Rock's bed. So the thing I want to emphasize is that after it's just a fuck buddy, right? We're not like in a long-term relationship, and both of us are actually like we get along, but we're going to social events to find long-term relationships. We recognize that we have fun in bed, but we're not like a girlfriend and boyfriend thing, right? But one of the conversations that we've had was okay. The thing she said in response was, no, most guys don't do 3 rounds every single night. And I was like, what? What the fuck is wrong with their dicks? And she's like, you run marathons. And I'm like, right. So, and I may have mentioned this in previous years, but fat cells produce estrogen. And muscle cells produce testosterone. So I spent decades being super fat, right? Still male, still like, I didn't have a high squeaky voice. Still had testosterone going on. But the balance of estrogen to testosterone in my system was higher on the estrogen side because of the weight, right? Fat cells produce estrogen. I lost a bunch of weight, added a bunch of muscle, which meant that the amount of testosterone compared to the amount of estrogen in my bloodstream changed significantly. I'm not saying I have the body of a 20-year-old. I am saying that there are 20-year-olds who dick softer and less than I do. I'm not saying that therefore people should want to date 40-year-old me. I'm just saying that 20-year-olds, if your dick goes soft, fucking work out, okay? Like, you've got like a +5 compared to me on like dick skills, just natively because you're 20. Work the fuck out and just be like, okay, it'll be a little frustrating if you don't have a fuck buddy or a girlfriend or something because you're gonna be walking around with constant fucking nail drivers all the time, like, and not just nail drivers, right? I'm out running, right? I'm like, oh boy, 20K, I'm gonna run for like 2 or 3 hours, well, 2.5 hours, running, on a Saturday in the morning when everybody runs.
Freeze.
No, that's not the problem. When you're running, you're using your leg muscles a lot, and one of the 2 or 3 guaranteed ways to kill a boner, even if your boner wants to be a boner, is you flex your leg muscles, and your body's like, oh, we need more blood here? So if you're running, boner off, guaranteed. But not testosterone off. So I'll be running, right? And I'll run across or behind or catch up to a woman or occasionally a thin guy in tight spandex. And I'm just involuntarily, I'm not the one going, oh boy, I want to do this. My brain just like, well, actually my dick is like, telegram for the brain. And then my brain's like, hey, you know what? We should catch up with her. No. And throw her on the ground and whip her. And right? And I'm like, boner, you're not even active yet. And my balls are like, well, we fucking are, and we're full, and this is the solution. Fuck her. And I'm like, so vivid sexual fantasies. And they only last like that long, and I'm like running, focusing on pace, right? So what I'm saying is, if you, going back to the kink thing, if you like older guys, don't be ashamed. I'm not saying anybody here. I'm not saying, oh, you didn't raise your hands because you don't want to fuck me because you're ashamed. No. I'm just saying in general, as advice, because I know some women who are like, I like older guys. But if they say that out loud around older guys who are single, most older guys who are single don't run marathons. And the ones, older single guys who don't run marathons and come to conventions like this are more than a little creepy some of the time. Yeah? Many of them are very nice and decent human beings who are not trying to fuck 16-year-olds. But some of them are trying to fuck 16-year-olds, and it's not okay.
I'm sensing a story.
No, I'm staff at Hodafest, and I have seen more dudes at 45 trying to fuck 16-year-olds than I really want to. Not too often. Hodafest is fairly safe. It's just like, anyway. So the thing is, if you're into a thing, don't be ashamed to admit that thing even to yourself, right? And don't make assumptions about someone's sexual interests or proclivities based on their appearance, because there are, I have heard it on good authority, with no proof, that there are public figures in Calgary who are totally into BDSM dungeons.
Is it Nenshi?
What are the secretaries?
Well, like, they actually go to BDSM dungeon parties, either far away or wearing a mask or whatever. Like, but because of our culture and the way it is, they present a very clean-cut, well-shaven, nobody's whipping anybody with anything, good Christian boy persona. It's their job, I don't mind that. But our culture is sort of like pushing down, like, no, you're not allowed to like older people or younger legally aged people who have their own sexual agency, and you're not being a predator. Or boys or girls, or multiple people of whichever gender, or being spanked or whatever. Like, just do your thing that makes you happy, okay? So back to the audience participation thing. Hands up if you are interested in men who don't mind you don't mind them being atheist, and you don't mind them being 40. I know there, okay, one there, yes. And I think you had your hand up as a sort of an iffy thing. Okay.
Oh, the age thing at least.
What?
The age thing at least.
The age thing, yeah, okay. Only the combination. Is there anything else I should warn people about?
Do you smoke?
No. Oh, good point. That is a thing. I actually did actively not date a girl that I otherwise wanted to date because I'm fucking allergic to tobacco. I don't smoke, so that's not an issue. But yeah, good thing. And again,
allergic to any pets?
What?
Allergic to cats or dogs?
I do have a cat. I am not allergic, but if you would swell up and die if you walked into my condo because it has a cat in it, I can understand you're not wanting to come over and fuck in my condo. Or not fuck in my condo, just hang out. That's okay too. But anyways, point is, yes, I have a soft gray cat. His name is Fitz. He is wonderful. If you don't have a problem with that, put your hand up. And you're into men, and you don't mind atheism, and you don't mind guys over 40, or 40-ish. You're allergic to cats? Okay, so I think, hands up if you meet all of those things. I think that's 0 people. Okay, that is a less cheery number than I wanted to demonstrate to you, but, okay, let's back that up one more time. If I didn't have a cat, hands up if you would be willing to be asked out and say yes in public by me.
With all that being said, the 40, etc., etc.
Yes. No, okay, that's fine. Okay. We're not going to push that. There was enough hesitancy. Okay, if we had twice the number of people in here, so we had one person who, despite all of that, was willing to say yes in public. Okay? If we had a larger, so that's out of, let's say 50 people, one person would have been, yep, let's do this. Now let's run those numbers. If I started asking from here and worked my way back, I would have to work through 50 people before, statistically, judging by this population, I'd get a yes. There are 8,000 attendees at OdaFest, more than that this year, okay? Which means that, what's 8,000 divided by 50?
Wouldn't it be 400?
400? Which means, probably, because this is a small sample set, but it's a sample set, probably there are 400 people at this convention who would be willing to say yes to a date to me. Now, this doesn't mean that any person I walk up to is likely to say yes. In fact, 49 out of 50 times, they'll say no. But let's think about this. A quarter of the time, they'll say no because they've already got someone they're dating. Okay? Roughly 60% of the time, they'll say no because they're not into dudes. Which, okay, neither am I think. Although there's a cosplayer in Edmonton called Kedia Cosplay, and I think he's 17, maybe 18 this year.
18.
But so brilliant cosplayer, right? Does I think Earth Chan and Fenris from ReZero, right? Mm-hmm. So brilliant trap, and I came across Kedia Cosplay's photos on Facebook, I think. And my first thought was, God damn, I'm gonna fuck that. And my second thought was, is that a guy or not? And my third thought was, no, I don't care. I still want to fuck it. At which point I realized where on the, what's the scale called? The data streets? The what? Kinsey Scale. Kinsey. I realized where exactly on the Kinsey Scale I land. And technically it's called heteroflexible because there is at least one male on the planet that would be like, yes, let's fuck. But the rest of you motherfuckers, too much hair and fat, I'm sorry. But the thing is, right, so if I go out and ask randoms, I'm going to get a no 98% of the time. 98% of the time. I'm going to hear no. If I just walk up to random people and say, hey, you want to go out? I'm probably actually going to hear that 100% because cold opens are not, you know when you get a call from a telemarketer, you're like, fuck, right? It doesn't matter if they're selling like golden plated blowjobs, you're like, I fucking hate telemarketers. So I'm walking up to randos and just cold opening, maybe one of them, they're probably a little crazy, would say yes. But actually, if you are willing to do a demonstration bit, keep your seat, but we will do a demonstration bit shortly about how to not do a cold open. But there's the thing. So while it may be true that I would have to go through 49 no's in this room to hear a yes, and I would have to go through 49 no's just asking random people out there to hear a yes, if I asked everyone here, I would hear 400 yeses from people that wanted to date me or someone like me, okay? Specifically, if I was shirtless and ripped, that number would probably go up. If I was 25, that number would definitely go up. Most of you, I think, are in a better position age-wise than I am, so capitalize on that. So if you're, okay, given that approximately 3/4 of this audience is single males, you may think that you are nobody's type and that you're single because you're unwanted. And okay, you're weebs, so yeah, but does anybody here know who NG Knight is?
Yep.
She's the female cosplayer who did the dancing Supergirl video like 2 years ago. Like super fuck hot. Last week she posted an Instagram of herself without makeup and about a sort of body positivity thing, where she said when she looks in the mirror, all she can see is, and I quote, cellulite and her potato face. And I'm like, literally 1 million people actively want to fuck you. And all she can see in the mirror is cellulite and a potato face. Like, Jesus tits, woman. So, like, on a Reddit thread I read recently, there was a female poster who, and I'm speaking mostly to the males because, again, a poster who said that she actively preferred, almost to exclusivity, chubby dudes. Like, not like melted ice cream cone fat, but like chubby. Like, as long as their gut doesn't go over their belt, right? That, for her, that counted as chubby. Actively preferred dudes that were chubby. There are women that actively prefer, like, super fat dudes. Not very many of those. You will improve your odds if you eat fewer calories and burn more of them. But the point I wanted to make is that if a dude whose age eliminates, let's say 80% of the options that would otherwise be okay, and still has 400 potential yeses at this con, right? You will have to get used to hearing no. But there are yeses out there, quite possibly more than 400 at this convention, who are willing to say yes to you if you go and ask them. Now, if you'd like to come up, I would like to demonstrate first how to not approach, or when not to approach, and then the best way to approach. So if you could do me a favor and start with a cold shoulder response right at the start. So let's say we're not at the auction, but in a social event, the Odafest party or an Odafest dance, or
The rave.
the rave, or a bar, or somewhere people are not working for a living. Don't ask people out at their job. They're required to smile at you. You have power over them. That is not consent. Don't fucking do it. Wait till they get off work. If they give you their number, okay. Otherwise, no. Okay, so we're at a social event. I walk in. I look around the room. I see someone. She might have glanced at me as I walked in, because humans do that thing, oh, a new entrant into a social scene, and there's eye contact. If her response is to do this, glance and then look away, right? Not a great sign. If I, later on in the evening, happen to be walking by or toward and she turns away from me, not a great sign. That is non-verbal signal of lack of interest. If I then walk up and say hi, I'm going to hear a no, right? This is not about how to get yeses exactly. That is about how to reduce the no's. If someone is showing clear disinterest with non-verbal signals, or we'll see in a moment what clear non-verbal signals are, a lack of those, don't push it. Now, some ladies regret but cannot stop having a resting bitch face, and so while there may be eye contact, it will look like this. So that's not necessarily a fuck off, but look for other signals as well. Okay, so let's say I walk into the room, there's eye contact, and she makes eye contact and smiles, and then both of us might look away because prolonged direct eye contact is an emotionally intense experience for human beings, because we're programmed that way. Total strangers making direct eye contact, evolutionarily in our past, was like 90% chance somebody's going to get shanked. Don't be like, direct eye contact, right? Like, some people with social anxiety very often like to wear headphones in public and shades because it reduces social contact. It helps comfort them. That's because eye contact is emotionally intense. So when you walk in, scan the room and see who's looking at you. Don't be like, just scan the room, and your brain was evolved as a monkey to pick up on human faces facing your direction. That's why when you cross the street, you look into traffic. Drivers will pick up on that and stop their vehicles instead of slamming over you. So when you walk in the room, same thing, scan, eye contact, and don't be like, do, laser! Just be like, do, skim, because you're casually looking around the room, you're not like, I'm here to fuck! Just scan the room, and if anyone catches your interest, glance back, nod. You don't have to nod right away, just glance back, and then glance away. If they make eye contact once, that's coincidence. Especially if you just walk into the room. Everybody glanced your way. If they make eye contact twice, that's a better sign, because they kept looking at you, which signals some interest. It may be social interest, it may be sexual interest. You don't know. But if they glanced twice, they at least didn't immediately go, oh God. So that is not necessarily a positive sign at this point, but it is lack of fuck off signs. Okay, so don't just hover by the door and like wait for people to make eye contact and then just be like, leave with your dick, right? Don't do that, don't do that. But let's say that she has made eye contact twice. I'm like, okay, there's something there and I find her interesting. And I may, now, again, you don't be like, I walked in the door, I have found my target. Because, again, it's threatening to our evolutionarily programmed hindbrain, right? Direct eye contact, approach, or do, within 2 minutes of entering the room, approach, right? Maybe exciting, also threatening. So, if it's at the rave, don't work your way slowly toward her like a predator. But be like, okay, she's there, I'm interested. Find something either between the two of you, or if it's at a bar and she's at the bar, there's a bar there. Don't be like, and step to the side, and at the bar, hey, no, too aggressive, too direct. Some women are into that, but most of them are like, a little too hard there, buddy. So, approach, not necessarily halfway, but like make an approach and be like, oh, hey, my buddy's over here. I am now moving away from the door. I'm like, hey, dude, yada, 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 and glance back and eye contact a third time. That means she's not watching the door. That means she might not be following you with her eyes, but she is looking more than coincidentally. 3 pieces of eye contact is not all you, like, that's not, okay, let's go seal the deal. But that is sufficiently indicative that the other person that you have made eye contact with has made eye contact with you. It's not accidental. There is interest. It may be because you were wearing a ridiculous goddamn hat. But it may be because the hat got her attention the first and second time, and now she's wondering what your deal is, and you can introduce her to your deal. Don't then walk directly up and shove your dick at it. No. But here's at the point where she has clearly made non-incidental, non-accidental eye contact. That is the positive sign of social interest. That is the green flag saying, okay, you may attempt to, like, you are not a perfect stranger. If you walk straight up to me, it still might be a little alarming, but I've, like, acknowledged you and not necessarily invited, but at least made it clear that I'm not totally repulsed by you. Now it's in your hands. So, you walk up and say something. Now, it depends again on the context. If she's holding something in her hands, which she's not, now she is. At a rave, she's got Mario. Human beings hold things that they are interested in. Might be a drink, might be Mario. If it's not a drink, it's maybe a purse, right? Comment on the thing in her hands. Don't say great tits. Like, okay, if you're like a BDSM dungeon, you're there for the sex, try great tits. Even then, it might not work. Social event like a rave or a bar, be like, dude, nice plush Mario.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah. Now, I have made a non-threatening, I have not indicated verbally or with my eyes like locked on her tits, laser style. I have not been like, I definitely want to fuck you. I have introduced myself socially and indicated that I am capable of making conversation without breaking out into a flop sweat, breathing heavily, ejaculating immediately, or staring at her tits. You would be surprised how much of the population that puts you ahead of?
Yes.
A lot.
Yes, you would.
A woman just agreed with, a woman should not have any reason to agree with me making that statement. Okay.
Well done.
We're going to pause here for a moment, and I'm just going to say, I have done some things to maximize my chances of interest now that we're at this stage. I have showered.
Oh, man.
I mention that because sometimes you haven't.
Deodorant.
Deodorant, thank you. Yes, useful deodorant.
Do not bathe in Axe body spray.
I am using scent, very likely. I have shaved my fucking neck. The reason neck beard is synonymous with do not fuck is that hair here is not, yeah, I'm looking at you, is not sexually attractive to most women. Now, I have had my beard down to here, at which point I use conditioner, a lot of fucking conditioner, and I don't bother shaving the neck because nobody can see that shit, right? Do use conditioner. I have shaved my head because that is a better look for me than a 1/4 inch of balding scruff. For some of you, like, shave your head. It will look way better than that. I'm not saying that looks bad, but you look like a dad, and if you're trying to get laid, there's a very small subset of women that want to be spanked and called the guy daddy in a literal sense, right? Shaving will help. Most of you have more hair than I do. Own it. Go for a high and tight, a fade. That'll improve things for you. You have a girlfriend. I don't need to give you advice.
That's true.
Well, I've heard about your ex-girlfriend. Maybe
Yeah,
I do.
he's a bitch.
Yeah. Look for red flags. Read a book on boundaries.
She has none.
Also, here's the thing. So I've done the working out, and I've done the running, and I've watched calories not nearly enough this weekend, and not nearly enough last Christmas. And I'm like, God damn it, 20 pounds I don't want, but I don't look like shit, right? I hope. Yes? No?
You're good.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm average looking physically, except I've got like a fantastic ass, and you would not believe what my legs look like with my pants off. I'm not going to show you. Maybe her later if she's super interested into it. After she's interested into it, not before, God damn it. No pressure. And so I look okay there. But if I was balding, long hair, neck beard, that would not improve my chances, right? So grooming, I have used a little bit of aftershave. I have not drowned myself in Axe body spray, which is the pheromone signal of choice for desperate virginal college boys, which some people are into. Fine. People who are into me are not, generally speaking, into virginal college boys, or if they are, that's
You're not that.
yeah. So drowning yourself in Axe body spray, not a bad, like spritz, okay, you're good. Stop. It's not a replacement for a shower, etc. The last thing I've done, now I'm a little bit pissed off with myself because I'm wearing sneakers. They're nice sneakers. They're like $200 sneakers. They're leather. They're a little bit scuffed because I've been wearing them for Odafest, right? But they're not shit. I'm wearing socks that aren't fucking white. I'm not wearing Crocs. Jesus, Levi, I know your girlfriend.
Man, I'm just lazy right now.
Yeah. Don't wear Crocs to the club. Even if you're like 8th level hipster making an ironic comment, don't.
I'm not going to, trust me.
Yeah. I would prefer at this point, I haven't had a lot of time to do shopping this month, but I'm getting a pair of like probably $200 leather, like maybe floor shines, like Oxford dress shoes. Not like super dress shiny black blind the sun, but like, you know, like a dark brown that works with both jeans and suit pants. Those help a lot, right? Yeah, they help. Good dress shoes that you can wear casually with dark colored jeans. Don't wear light colored jeans. I have been assured by multiple women that is, quote, old farmer color. Guys, if you're gonna wear jeans, wear dark colored jeans. That is like the lightest color you can possibly get away with. I'm wearing these because this is a better color. I'm not saying you look like shit, I'm just saying dark is better. Pants that would fit in a Mennonite funeral, that's what you want to go for. The shirt, okay. Of the 4 events the social events that I was talking about that I went to before Odafest. I'm sorry, we'll get back to this right away. Thank you. The 4 events that I went to before Odafest, the 4 social events in that 1 week when my social anxiety finally went poof. So one of them was like a park day where we were picking up trash with it was actually an atheist group, but the atheist group was picking up trash as a social thing. And so I wasn't wearing this then. The other events, I was wearing a button-up dress shirt too. Fucking catnip. Like, seriously. So, again, I wasn't going to business casual plus level clothing hookup days. I was going to, well, there was one sort of singles event, and there was a couple of just general social events. There were people wearing what you guys are wearing. T-shirts, jeans, jackets, comfortable stuff. Totally okay. I walked in wearing a dress shirt. So it was a casual social event, casual social event, a singles event, and a casual social event. First casual social event. The 2 most attractive women in the room were coincidentally at my table within 20 minutes of my entry and stayed there until I left. I'm not saying I'm hot shit. I'm saying in a room full of guys wearing t-shirts and hoodies, which is my normal look, wearing a dress shirt got the attention of the 2 most attractive women in the room like that and kept it. Singles event. I was the only one wearing a button-up dress shirt. I was wearing basically this. And again, I'm not talking shit about the other people. I'm not saying they looked worse than me, because a couple of them at least were dressed in a fashion that worked really well for that environment. I'm not saying I was the best dressed, oh, fuck you. I'm saying that at the singles event, I sat down and dang, I think half the women showed up at my table. I sat down, didn't move, women came to me. I'm not saying it was because of this shirt, because if I was 300 pounds wearing this shirt, I don't think that would have happened. But the dress shirt was the wax polish on the nice car that I traded in from the like at 300 pounds and before therapy, I was a beat up pickup truck. At 215 with lots of therapy, I'm a sedan, a new one? I don't know. Like, I'm not a Lambo, right? Like, there's dudes wearing shirtless cosplay that are clearly the Lambos of bodies out there. I'm not that. But I'm a really decent hatchback or a nice sedan and a fairly new one. So this shirt, to carry that metaphor, is the wax polish that you're like, oh, a room full of sedan? That's the nice one, right? That's the one I want to take a ride.
Take it for a test drive?
Yeah. See how the stick shift works. Third event, not quite embarrassing, but holy shit. I showed up late to, it was officially a social event. I showed up late. The official thing was that at the halftime, which I arrived 5 minutes after, so halftime, everybody has to break up and switch seats so that people make new friends. They all sat down, then I walked in, sat down alone at a table, conversations had already started. I'm not sharing this to brag. I was excited about the effect because having been the 330-pound guy that needed therapy, this was a new experience to me. And I'm not saying the shirt is why. The shirt, losing 100 and something pounds, shaving the neck, nice scent, decent pants, etc., right? 15 minutes, every woman in that room was at my table. Part of that is that I was the new guy. Every woman in that room was at my table making conversation with me. If I started focusing on any one woman for more than about 30 seconds, somebody else had a really funny joke they needed to tell. Or loudly started a conversation with their friend about something they thought I might be interested in. And again, I'm not saying I'm hot shit. I'm saying that this is the difference between, Levi, I'm not going to pick on you, because you're not here to pick up chicks.
Nope.
But you're wearing a sleeveless hoodie, Crocs, no socks. Like, your jeans are pretty okay, I'll give you that, but the difference between that outfit and this outfit was a significant improvement in my chances. So gentlemen, if you're going to pick ladies up, okay, if you're going to go pick dudes up, wear what he's wearing and look like he looks. because you are like gay bait. Like the V-neck, the bicep exposure, the swoosh, the glasses, the scruff, like also women bait. But that will get him laid at a gay club like that, and that'll get him laid at a normal club pretty quick. But outside of like a dance club, if you wore a button-up shirt and everything else was the same, even the Pikachu, like you just walk up and be like, hello, and there would mysteriously be a collection of hot cosplay babes being like, hi, I like your Pikachu, right? So the outfit helps. Less than $100 to get a fitted, this is not fitted, but it fits me okay, dress shirt. Dudes, if you're looking to pick up women, get one of these, it's fucking catnip. Shave the neck, style the hair, etc., etc. But it's worth the fucking investment.
I used to work at Tip Top, so yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, coincidentally, she has now mentioned that she works at Tip Top. This, we've chatted for a couple of seconds. She also casually mentioned, oh yeah, I used to work at Tip Top. I'm like, oh. So, what is your favorite kind of shoe on, guys?
Honestly, I worked there for 3 days, so.
Cool.
Loafers, sure.
Loafers. Well, I'm not wearing loafers. What a terrible pity.
I don't know what loafers are, but.
I think they're the, so they don't have the toe cap on them.
Oh.
They
For
don't.
these shoes that I'm wearing.
Yeah, those are loafers.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, those are nice,
I like
right?
them.
And you'll have the lines down all the way to the bottom. I think
Yep.
they're like, the vertical lines all the way to
Yep.
the sole,
They are.
right?
Those are nice.
So they're nice, they're nice. I personally am going with Oxfords, which are a little dressier than that.
Oxfords are great.
Oxfords are good, yeah. I don't know what those are.
But, so now she is laughing a little bit, and she's smiling, and she's making eye contact. Those are, now that I've initiated conversation, positive. Now, it depends on the situation. She may be like, oh, this guy's being friendly. If she's at a rave, she's like, this guy probably wants to fuck, but he's being friendly and nice, and I don't mind this conversation. Again, remember the bear metaphor, right? So we have now gone, brr, hiker, I want to be your friend, right? And the hiker hasn't run away. This is the point at which you try to make very clear that hearing a no will not spark an incel red pill rant about how women need to be sexually available to men. It's a little hard to give that signal without saying something like, dude, do you read the red pill on Reddit? Because those guys are fucking hilarious. Because if she doesn't read or know what the red pill is, she's just like, that's nice, right? If she does, she's like, oh, okay, this guy is not an incel, right? So the way you demonstrate that you will, upon hearing no, respect her fucking boundaries is by respecting her fucking boundaries. Such as, goddammit pickup artists, not initiating physical contact without invitation. So, I could put my hand down on the table between us and seeing how she reacts to it. I'm not putting my hand on her hand, okay? I'm not touching her without her permission because that is the action of a predator. To emphasize, if a sexual predator approaches a child at a pool, they will try something like starting to tickle them, not because they like to see children laugh, because they are testing that child's boundaries by crossing them. Children have shitty boundaries. If the parent is not keeping an eye out, and I'm not trying to sponsor fear about, oh, don't take your kids to the pool. I'm just saying that the sexual predator will initiate physical contact without permission in order to test boundaries, because our physical boundaries are the strongest ones. And if you don't respond to that crossing of boundaries with fuck off, the assaulter and abuser knows that your boundaries are shit, and they will move in harder, okay? Do not fucking touch people without their permission. It's not cool, even in an environment like this. Now, if I put, and I'm not saying you need to do this, if I put my hand down on the table, and she puts her hand on my hand, I have, by thank you, putting my hand on the table, made a non-verbal invitation by extending my hand past the North American comfortable boundary bubble, right? Like in Asia, the boundary is here. In North America, it's elbow distance. If I put my hand on the table, I have moved my hand out of the personal space bubble. That is an invitation. That is, I have moved my hand past the boundary. I am comfortable with this being touched. Similarly, if a woman is like, wow, that's really nice, and leaves her hand out there, you can, like, oh yes, and don't be like, right? But casually touching her hand, right, is, at that point, she has made it available, right? You're not at that point, I mean, it's a non-verbal assent, but it is assent, right? She has communicated non-verbally that she is okay with very casual physical contact, okay? Again, that is a positive sign, right? So we moved from lack of negative signs like shuddering and turning away to positive signs like offering and initiating physical contact. Hi, Paige! At which point, so this is, everything we've done has not been in order to get a date. Everything we've done has been, you know how I was like, okay, put your hands up if, okay, of those who did, put your hands down if, put your hands down if, put your hands down if, right? This approach I've described, this method of test for eye contact, approach, see if she smiles or laughs, start conversation, initiate physical contact, this is
The if system.
the which?
The put your hands down if system.
If, no. This is a slow spiral of one step at a time, not crossing boundaries, lowering your own boundaries, and seeing what the response is. So you make eye contact, she makes eye contact. You break eye contact, you move away, you glance back. You have, by glancing back, admitted your own social interest. If she has also glanced back, there is a mutual reduction of boundaries so that the two of you can move closer. Then, chat, 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 a reduction of social boundaries. You can move closer, right? There is physical contact. You can move closer. The level of mutual boundary dropping and respect for boundaries at which you can say, hey, you want to go out, is somewhere between starting a conversation and initiating or accepting physical contact. Casual, light physical contact, right? Don't try to suck face, okay? But somewhere between starting a conversation and having a nice time and touching their hand, that is, thank you, that wasn't an invitation. I mean, that was an invitation, clearly, but that wasn't like we have to demonstrate it again, but I thank you for it. Somewhere in that region is the region at which she, correct me if I'm wrong, notices and understands that you are respecting boundaries and not trying to jump them, right? Which indicates that if she says no, you're not going to flip your shit. It is at this point you can say something like, and again, this works only in this context, you're going to have to choose your own statement, but I really appreciated both your help and your openness during this demonstration. I also think your cosplay is amazing, and the pattern on that skirt with the bat wings is amazing. Would you care to go out for drinks at some point?
I totally would, but I missed the part when you asked about the singles. So
Right.
I'm not single, but
That's
if
okay.
I were, sure.
Thank you very much. That is as far as we need to go with this demonstration. Thank you very much. Let's give her a hand. That is, now again, in the years past, I've been like, you are just fucking bears chasing bikers, stop assaulting people, and yada yada yada, look how many no's you have to hear. But here's the thing, okay, so she did say no, because there's a miscommunication about the availability thing, right? But, starting from here, eye contact, eliminated a bunch of no's that I would have otherwise heard. So I didn't have to go through 49 no's to hear one yes. Going over here, making eye contact again, eliminated a bunch of people in the club who were not making eye contact, who would have then said no. I have eliminated a bunch of the 49 no's I would have had to hear one yes. I make the safe approach respecting boundaries. At any point in that process, if she had started looking away, given me the cold shoulder, made it clear non-verbally that she was not interested, I wouldn't have had to hear a no. I would have noticed a clear signal of lack of interest, or like, no, I don't want you to approach. Those are boundaries, respect those boundaries. Anybody else watching is going to notice that you're crossing boundaries, and that's bad for your chances. B, you don't need to hear somebody's going, no, I don't want to date you, in order to not date someone. If someone turns away, like your cosplay is seriously amazing, if someone turns away, that is the soft no. You should be able to pick that up and go, oh, okay. Now, if you have social anxiety, you may be prone to seeing that too easily, right? Like, someone glances away, gets into a conversation. 5 minutes later, they're free, they glance back, but in those 5 minutes they weren't looking at you, you have social anxiety, you're like, oh, she doesn't want it, I'll just go over here, right? Be a little careful if you have social anxiety of listening to your inner demons telling you that nobody wants to talk to you. They do. Just, life is a little flexible. But starting the conversation. Again, respectful of boundaries. And if she had been nice but monosyllabic, if she had responded to my questions with, sure, no, yes, fuck off, okay? Now, it's possible, it's entirely possible that her monosyllabic responses would have been because she had social anxiety. She was nervous. She wanted to ride that dick like a bronco, but just thinking about it made her seize up in panic, right? I am not going to act on this information, but ladies, hands up if you have been accidentally monosyllabic because you wanted to ride the dick like a bronco. At least one, two women here are willing to confess that their being monosyllabic was not because they hated you and wanted you to leave. It was because they were like, what? Yes.
In my defense, it was like a Greek god, okay? Like
Yeah.
he was sculpted.
Yeah. Abs will shut women up for the best possible reasons. But in general, you don't know why she's being monosyllabic. Respect the boundary, and being monosyllabic is generally going to be a boundary of, I'm not interested in conversation. If she's not interested in conversation, 98% chance she's not interested in the dick. If you're both wearing leather and your nipples are out in a dungeon, yeah, she may just want the dick and shut up and ride. But in every other context, right? Take the soft no. Okay? The conversation's going well, with or without the hey, blah, 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 oh, hey, blah, 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 touch. The touch is a guarantee, that is your green flag, ask her. Like, hey, look, you're really amazing and I want to keep having this conversation, but can I get your number because I'd like to take you out to drinks? She might still be like, oh no. Respect the boundary. But if she touches your hand, hands up. If you touch his hand, you want him to ask you out. Ladies? Yeah, okay, yes, 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 yes. Purposeful physical contact, breaking that boundary, guaranteed she wants to ask. Or like if you're walking side by side and bump, oh, sorry, that's an action. If you're walking hand by hand and she goes, grab, yes, she wants at least a date, possibly the date. Don't immediately put her hand in your dick, that's not, respect the boundaries. So I didn't need, okay, so I did hear a no because there was miscommunication, but if there hadn't been, you heard what she said. She's like, if I was single, yes, right? Which means I eliminated, of the 49 no's, I eliminated 25 of them with the glances. I eliminated 10 of them with the glances again. I eliminated 5 or 6 of them with the conversation. I eliminated all the rest but one by having a decent conversation, initiating the physical contact, guaranteed, but plenty of women don't need to go that far, right? I didn't need to hear 49 no's to hear a yes. I didn't need to hear any no's to hear a yes. So in past years when I've gone, watch this, hands up, nope, 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 yes. You don't need to do that. I've got guys in here that told me, I heard no's, it was great. I asked people out and I didn't die. I didn't expect it to happen. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you. You need to be able to practice hearing no. But you can also make an approach using mutual social boundaries to basically only hear yeses. Like, super hot guys hear yes 1 out of 3 times. They can probably improve their chances if they use that. Not that, here's your pickup artist method. I'm just saying, you do that approach, because hands up if any of this information was new to you. I am glad. The reason I said this is because this information was new to you. The boundaries thing is probably the most important skill, and it's a little difficult to learn. But that is how, if you're worried about hearing no's, just do that. Do this thing. You have to also be able to go out and be social. But once you've got to that point, see a therapist, once you go out and be social, do that. Glance, eye contact, slow approach, eye contact, da-da-da. Okay, nice conversation about what they've got in their hand or their drink. If all they've got is a very small dress and a colorful drink, ask them about the drink. If you talk about their body, you have just said, if you're like, hey, you're gorgeous, can I ask you about blah? You've just said, hey, I plan to fuck you. And everything else is gonna just, if they're there for the dick, okay. Otherwise, now we'll sell things. The other stuff and the redo of those. Of the audience participation bit. Let me explain why gender-neutral bathrooms are bullshit. It's not for the reason you think I'm about to rant. Because again, I'm not a fundamentalist Christian anymore. So, here's why. A, all fucking bathrooms should be gender neutral. We're there to piss. Why the fuck do we need to segregate pissing rights? So, some people will say, yeah, but people have specifically said this about that gender neutral bathrooms. Yeah, but then, like, perverts will, and I'm like, okay, do you not think perverts piss? Do you not think that these dangerous people you're worried about are already in bathrooms at some point? Are you under the impression that by segregating where people are allowed to piss, you have in some way prevented the rash of public bathroom sexual assaults that would otherwise be collapsing our society?
Technically, it'd be safer too, because they have both there.
Yeah. It's just.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands, so it's this weird thing where North America sexualizes all nudity, and because you have your pants off in a bathroom, in order to piss or shit, the North American assumption is that it is sexual, and if other people are allowed, there's the assumption that if men are in the same room as women, or women are in the same room as men, where butts are exposed, waves of lust will overcome them. And just like, I'm like, okay, you're aware that gay dudes exist, right? And that gay rape in bathrooms is not a particularly statistically significant problem, right? Like, it's not like, okay, Timmy, you're 8 years old and I'm your mother, so I can't join you in the men's bathroom, but there's like an 80% chance a gay man will rape you in there. Like, some people will say that. They're nutcase fundamentalist Christians often, but it's insane. So the Netherlands has this thing where it's like, it's Friday night, they have forklifts that come out with public urinals and just drop them down. And it's like every urinal is like a 3 or 4 lobed thing, and they have little walls. And drunk guys are like, oh, thank God, I need to piss. Zips. Because Netherlands was like, a dude with his dick out on the street pissing is not attempting to fuck anybody. And B, the alternative is they piss in the streets or in the ocean. Yes?
A lot of that's supposed to happen now, but they're not segregated by people, they're just like a
Trough. Yeah. Here's the thing. I guarantee that if there's a trough for men to walk up and piss at, the number of women who sort of sit there and wait is very small. Because I think most women, and again there are some kinks that run against this trend, but most women are not like, oh boy, a limp dick squirting hot piss out. I'm so hot right now. Oh, you're on the phone again. What a terrible, terrible decision. Please call your grandmother. So, gender-neutral bathrooms are bullshit because the only thing stupider than gender-segregated bathrooms, so that I would otherwise have to run my ass to the other end of the hall to take a piss, is the fucking stupid bathroom stall design that is only popular in North America. Why? Like, okay, we want privacy. We're going to create privacy stalls around the shitter. Except, you should be able to see everything from mid-shin down, and there should be enough of a gap on both sides of the door that if you walk by, you can sort of glance in and get a good look at someone's genitals. Why the fuck do you bother?
I think there's actually a bathroom
Like, it's not more expensive to install taller fucking steel doors. It's not more expensive to design a door with a little plastic flap or a metal hinge that stops people from, like, if you're concerned about privacy, there are fucking solutions that involve pennies of extra cost and significantly improved private. Like, just leave the shitters out in the open, right? Just if people are concerned about looking, just close your eyes as you shit. Like, it just bathroom design in North America is so fun.
I think there's actually a bathroom somewhere over in the Netherlands or wherever that, where you
The
can,
one-way mirror.
yeah, where
Yeah.
you can see out.
They can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes the people really nervous, though. I mean, understandably, again, we were evolved to like, okay, I am in literally the most vulnerable physical situation I could possibly be in. I'm nervous about predators. I'm looking around. There's movement around me. I can't go. Can't go. Like, I can understand that. That's an evolutionary evolved behavior. But yeah, gender-neutral bathrooms are shit because gender-segregated bathrooms are shit. They're for shitting. Just
Take a shit.
we have plumbing so you can drop trow and not give people dysentery. That not giving people dysentery shouldn't be segregated. I'm just saying. Anyways, so if we have, no, they're very interested in the book. I'm going to sell some stuff before.
No, we're not.
Right. If you want to do the demonstration,
Sure.
we can do the demonstration now. Okay. Just to be clear, this time you will be saying yes to an actual date, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There is no obligation beyond there will be an actual date, okay? This is not me arranging a thorough dicking for anybody. Though if you want to bend me over and rail me, I'm not going to stop you. I mean, I wouldn't, but just use lots of lube and go slow. Okay. So hands up who wasn't here for the first demonstration. That's nothing. Okay. We did a bit where the room was more full than this, but we had about 50 people. And those who were available to date, anybody put their hands up, and then we sort of had them drop their hands if, okay, what about only have your hands up if you want dudes? Okay, keep your hands up if you're interested in dudes that are 40 next month. That are atheists, have a cat, don't smoke, don't want kids. There were like one or two, and then we did a demonstration, and turns out somebody misheard, and they were like, at the end they were like, yes. Oh, wait a second, I'm not single, I didn't hear that part of it. I'm like, that was literally the first question. Okay, so we have another person who, just making sure all of those are totally okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. First, we're going to demonstrate what non-verbal signals to fuck off. Let's say that we're at the Odafest rave, or at a club where it is a social event and people are expecting to, it's a social dating thing, right? Okay. I walk into the club, everyone checks the door as they see the light come in. So there are a lot of faces turned my way, including, let's say, hers. And I'm assuming you identify as female?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just totally lazy for that.
You present fairly readily as female, so that was my assumption. I'm not Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson has some great points about psychology. He's good at psychology. He knows shit about theology and philosophy, but speaks with as much authority in his tone, and it doesn't go well. Anyways, so I'm not Jordan Peterson, so her. I walk in the room, I glance around the room, and there might be eye contact. I am not going boom, hey, there's eye contact. Because, again, direct eye contact,
Normal.
sustained, is threatening. For a very recent social contact, yeah, it's emotionally intense to maintain eye contact, right, Paige? Right? Yeah. He's got a little boner, right? I mean, he's got a bit of a stiffy. I didn't mean to suggest that his dick was small. I'm sure it's satisfactorily sized, or that you use it well otherwise.
You might be a grower, you never know.
I mean, I am, but so fleeting eye contact. Then let's say, as I scan the room and I make eye contact with whoever's in the room, including her, I'm like, she's interesting. And so I don't stand at the door and be like, yes, you, I shall mate with you, direct eye contact and approach, because that's the response, right? Nonverbal, you see that nonverbal, the eyes wide, backing up, leaning away? That is a no. You don't need to hear them say no, that's a no. Nonverbal communication is a thing humans do.
Could also be a damn.
Damn is like this.
Yeah.
Right? No is like this. Shoulder turned toward and leaning away. Cold shoulder is a phrase for a reason. Okay.
I only say this as a joke, but the Team Mystic shirt kind of says it all.
How often have you gotten laid this month?
I've been wearing
This
Team
is
Mystic
why.
shirts.
Okay. So, I do not then respond by turning directly towards her and making a beeline, because that is also direct and threatening in that situation. Not in a social I'm gonna rape you way, in a evolutionary response, sure we're the same species, but the same species can shank, kill, rape, etc. So let's be cautious. This is all about a mutual, reciprocal lowering of social boundaries. Eye contact, or lack thereof, is a social boundary. Casual eye contact has been made. It could have been accidental. So I see my friend at the bar, or I see a bar over here that she's not standing at. I go away from the door, talk to my friend for a moment, then I glance back, like so. There has been eye contact again. That is not an accident, okay? So incidental and accidental eye contact are not green flags. Non-incidental and non-accidental contact are not, hey, come over here and show me your dick. They are a social signal of some interest. They're a signal of some social interest. Not necessarily, I need your dick in me now, but I find you socially interesting. So, after 2, maybe 3 eye contacts have been made, also, some women have a natural resting bitch face. Not their fault, some of them are very frustrated by it. She, however, smiled during the second eye contact. I don't know if you caught that, I'm gonna do it again. Eye contact. She smiled. That is a green flag, okay? Now, some women smile when they're nervous. Steph, the president, when she talks, she'll go, ha ha ha. That is her carefully not murdering anyone when she makes that noise, okay? But the smile is generally a green flag. Its absence is not a red flag, but the smile is generally a green flag. The 3 eye contacts, so first, total coincidence. Second, probably a good sign. 3 eye contacts means that she is looking in my direction, which is an indicator of social interest. And the smile is a green flag, which is not, come over here and fuck me silly. It is, I am responding positively to your also having lowered the social barrier and made eye contact. At this point, I have not quite been explicitly invited to, but a mutual social boundary has been lowered. I can now approach near her. If she's at the bar, I approach the bar. If she's dancing in a group, I approach the group. If she is standing alone and makes eye contact with me 3 times and smiles, I don't want to get too programmatic about it, but that combination of things, she's not just being polite, and if there's nobody around her, I don't want to just like be on leave with my dick, hey, but I can feel free to approach her now, right? So let's say she's standing alone, grooving to the music, nobody within 5 feet of her, standing by the wall maybe, at the rave, at the Odafest rave. And I walk up because there has been a smile. Now, it's possible it could be a nervous smile. I am not immediately going to jump into, hey, what's your number? Or, hey, what's your name? Because that is, again, going too fast. There is yet another soft social boundary to mutually lower. And here's generally how we do it. Walk up. If she is holding something in her hand, that is something she has an interest in. If it is a phone, a little hard to start a conversation about that. If it's a plushie or a bag of swag from Odafest or whatever, ask about that thing. Don't walk up and say, I'm not saying this to you, or this is an example. Don't walk up and say, you have rockin' tits. The minute you talk about her body, you are indicating to her you've noticed her body. Duh, she has one.
Especially if you use that phrase, you just gotta turn down. Just
Right.
use shot down.
Right, because rocking tits is a compliment only in very specific parts of Southern California. And looking like a Greek god. You have to have both of those, and then it might work. But talking about her body, her beauty, her eyes, her lips, her bosom, her ass, her legs, any of that it's objectifying in the literal sense. You are not talking to her software, the consciousness that has interests and makes the decisions. You are addressing her meat robot body with the full and open intention of trying to put your dick in it, or pussy on, or whatever, right? That is an aggressive approach that jumps over boundaries and also indicates to her that the only thing you're interested in is her body. Now, if she's stoned on MDMA and currently just wants to fuck and or cuddle, that could work. But the odds are lower. So I don't walk up and say, nice tits. If we are in a singles night, and clearly if we're in a social event where it's meet up and fuck, then you have gorgeous eyes, let's make pillow talk. That could be a line. In a specific situation where everybody's there to fuck, yes. At a rave, not so much. So try to talk about what she's got in her hands. She doesn't have anything in her hands, check out her feet, because shoes are an accessory that women care about often more than men. Women pick out specifically, and don't often get complimented on. Am I right?
Yeah.
Dudes do not usually walk up and be like, your shoes are amazing, let's talk about them. Men generally put on whatever, like men have 3 pairs of shoes, women have 30 pairs of shoes.
Girls do that. We
What?
compliment each other's shoes.
Yeah.
We don't need you for that.
Yeah, no, you don't need me to compliment on the shoes, but complimenting on the shoes is something that she cares about. I'm stereotyping here, but as a woman, she is statistically much more likely to care about her shoes than I care about mine. Which means that she has an interest in them. Which means that if I comment on them, the odds are good that she will recognize that I am trying to interact with her software, not her hardware, yet at least. In this case, I would say the 3 things I would mention are the cool hat, because that hat is a design and material that is not common among hats. I mean, a brimmed cap, no problem, but the particular design, not common. And the material, black leather, but also not common, okay? Team Mystic shirt, she clearly digs Pokemon Go. Or the color blue and borrowed her roommate's shirt. Third, the shoes are fine, but a little threadbare in parts, and her socks are stripy. I would comment on her socks over her shoes in this particular situation because the pants are high enough to expose the socks, and women also pick their socks specifically too. I'm going to go with the hat because if I talk about the shirt, the only way I could have seen her shirt is if I was staring, this is a joke, at her rocking tits. It's not a joke that you have those, but that I wouldn't use that phrase. So, I have approached her socially. I have broken the, there's a 5-foot barrier-ish of North Americans have a personal boundary space of elbow distance and a sort of a social space of, talking about stuff, I stood this far away, this is about 5 feet, right? This is how far, this is our personal social bubble for most people. If an immigrant approaches you at work and they stand this close, it will make you uncomfortable and you will notice it. Because many societies, especially South America, Africa, big chunks of Asia, the social bubble is not 5 feet, it is 1 foot. And it makes North Americans very uncomfortable, and Asians and Africans feel that we are very standoffish because they are used to being comfortable at 1 foot, and if we're standing at 5 foot and trying to have a conversation, they're like, why are you so far away? Come over here and talk to me. It's like if somebody stood this far away and tried to carry on a conversation that sort of distance, that feels weird to us. Therefore, 5 feet feels weird to a lot of Asians and Africans. So this is the 5 foot distance. If I cross this, it is because she has looked at my eyes and smiled, right? Eye contact and smiling. Cross this social barrier. Do not touch her without permission. That is a thing that abusive people do. Don't fucking do it. If you extend your hand on a table, for example, outside of your elbow reach boundary, your personal space, that is extending an invitation. She may also then put her hand on the table outside of her personal bubble, and you can try casual contact. You don't need to go that far to ask her out. That is a thing you can try as a signal of offering to lower boundaries during a conversation after you've already started talking. Just talking about boundaries. So I'm now this close, 2 or 3 feet. She's made eye contact and smiled several times. On the way to the 5 foot barrier past it, I will also have made eye contact and smiled, and she will have smiled and just checked me out a little. Her eyes flicked down and back up. I'm not calling you on it, I'm saying that is a good sign. Because I am wearing a fancy shirt.
You're really proud of it today.
I'm not really proud of it today.
He's proud of it.
I don't think you were here for the explanation last time. This shirt got me laid. This shirt. What?
I missed that one.
Yeah, so I went, my social anxiety went poof a month ago. Hooray for therapy. I went to a bunch of social events. Every social event I went to, the last one is the best example. I showed up after the halftime point. Everybody was sat down, having conversations. I sat down at an empty table. Within 15-20 minutes, every woman in the room was at my table making conversation with me. It was unfair of me because everyone else was like blue jeans, work shoes, t-shirts. I showed up in a dress shirt. I immediately looked better than everyone. But I also looked okay. And fucking dress shirts are catnip for women. Now, I am not doing this here right now as part of the bit. I just wanted to demonstrate something that women notice this action. Every Reddit thread of women, what does it for you? Within the top 3, usually the top 1, the response is men in suits or men in dress shirts. It is the male equivalent of lingerie. If you want to look hot for a chick, you wear a dress shirt. Literally, they're like, yes. Also, the first comment or the top comment response to dress shirts is when a guy rolls up his sleeves.
If he's doing it while he's talking to you too, then it's a sign that he's way more comfortable with you.
Comfortable, confident.
Yep.
So it's...
Usually you also get like a nice flex of the arm too while he's doing it, not
right?
on purpose, but...
Yeah. Which, the first response is men in dress shirts. Second best response to that, the top response to that is when they roll up their sleeves. Top response to that is just the word in italics, sploosh. Every fucking time, right? So dudes, if you're going out on the prowl, wear this, you look stylish and confident and not homeless. So the last time that I was this close, and I'm not suggesting the same thing is going to happen here, but literally the last time I was this close to a woman and rolled up my sleeves, her eyes did this, down, wide, started breathing a little heavy. Seriously. Then we went back to my place and fucked. Like, it's that effective. The shirt got me laid, rolling my sleeves up got me laid faster. Get a goddamn button-up shirt, guys. It's fucking worth it. Okay. We'll pretend, again, that wasn't part of this bit, but it does help. If it's anybody here with their girlfriend, hands up. Okay, turn to your girlfriend and say, if I bought a button-up shirt, that's as far as you will get before she says yes. Anybody? Any women going to disagree? Put your hand up if you don't want it to wear a button-up shirt ever. Right, okay, so button-up shirt, yes. Good job. At this point, let's begin the conversation. I say, hey, I saw your hat. That is an exceptionally cool hat. Where did you get it?
Oh, thanks. I got it at Forever 21.
And where? Oh, Forever 21. That is...
Or, Forever 69.
Whoa! Okay, let's pause there. That was not a green flag, that was a checkered flag. Now, in this context where I have been making extremely raunchy jokes for like 4 hours, that was not, like, in that context, that was not as much of a checkered flag waving. Like, she was like, you tell raunchy jokes, I tell raunchy jokes too. If that was her response at a club, she just brought up sex. That is a clear indication of her interest. You should not automatically respond with, 69 is my favorite number. Would you like to go do math at my place? That is not the response I would normally give. She's laughing. She's laughing because I was clever with my words, okay? I took what she said and spun it and sent it back to her. That is a signal of social intelligence, and women appreciate that. It is not the only thing women appreciate. Plenty of women don't care about it. Most women will respond to that with, oh, he's not talking with his dick, he's also, like, he's actually engaged with my software, right? But seriously, if we were at a rave and she gave me that line, that's a checkered flag. My responding that way would have been possibly too aggressive, because it was definitely an invitation to flirt like a son of a bitch. It was not an invitation to immediately proceed to, okay, roll diplomacy to fuck her. Okay? Because again, respect boundaries. She has lowered the boundaries about flirting sexual conversation. She has not offered to fuck, okay? She has indicated that she is open to flirting, and she has mentioned a sex act. That's a green flag, it's a checkered flag. That is, okay, we are on the home stretch, like this is the victory lap, don't fuck up, okay? If you're like, let's fuck, boom, you hit the wall. Okay, don't do that. So, 69, that's my favorite number, we want to go back to my place and do math. It's entirely possible that could work. With a line like that, a response like that, if we've both had a couple of drinks, yeah, possibly game on, like 50-50 odds. But also 50% odds you just fucked it up for yourself. So, probably dial it down a little bit. Let's say she gave me the 69 line, because she did. What is I mean, obviously I'm in raunch mode, so it's a little bit hard to think about something less raunchy than that. Let's say, 69. Man, I'm really struggling with a non-sexual. I am sure that yesterday I would have been able to come up with something clever to that.
Well, that's what you want with it.
Yeah, no. That's so clearly she also likes teasing and such.
Okay.
How about this? 69 is my favorite number. But my least favorite number is the same number divided by 10.
That's awful. We only have half an hour. Go on.
It's what?
No. The schedule says half an hour. I don't.
He never.
That was one dictates the schedule here.
So her response was a puzzled look. That's not a bad thing. Normally, if you're like da-da, and she's like, I don't get it, you're losing it, but that's fine. Because I didn't give her the punchline. So she looked confused, and I'm like, well, it's 69 divided by 10 is 6.9, which is 69 interrupted by a period. I have been as sexy and funnier. Well, let's not say funnier. Let's say I was sufficiently funny that she's laughing. We are now having a funny, flirty conversation, okay? And we could have one for 5 minutes. It depends on how comfortable she's feeling and how she's responding, right? Pay attention to the non-verbal stuff. Eye contact, smiling, playing with her hair. This isn't grade 6. You don't watch her play with her hair. Okay, it's time to go digging. But all these things are continual green flags, right? So let's say there's been 5 minutes worth of conversation, and she's digging it, and I'm digging it, and we're digging each other. Cool. Then I respond, hey, so I really like your sense of humor. I would like to take you out for drinks sometime and hear more of your sense of humor.
Yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Fucking excellent. Let's trade numbers. And then we do that, and I have a date. Speaking of which. Now, I didn't do this bit in order to get a date. I didn't do it to not get a date. Contact. Create contact. I'm going to let you enter as much information as you want. And then I will text you, assuming the number is not to the suicide hotline.
Actually, I use my little brother's phone number because it's even better.
Oh, you just like both your little brother and greasy dudes hitting on you on public transit.
Oh, the amount of times that has happened for her.
Your little brother's like, I'm not wearing panties. Click. Oh, that is not what I should have said.
Actually, he's done that.
Oh, Jesus.
I feel so bad for your little brother.
I don't. He deserves everything that happens.
Okay, I feel less bad for you. Okay, but I wanted to do this again. Thank you very much. I'm not going to say her name out loud because I don't want to broadcast it, but I am deeply appreciative of that. And I'm going to add a smiley face because I'm hip and young. It was a smiley face, not A == D. Tilde, eggplant, web. Okay, thank you very much. You may return to your seats if you choose. Thank you very much. And yeah, I will hit you up later for the